I hope you can see my screen and it's audible.
Yes, yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Hi everyone. Good morning. Good evening. This is Srinivas. Today I'm going to do session on Pega BPM capabilities. So as part of this session, I will cover below topics: what exactly BPM, what IT market needs, what is the BPM value, so what are the phases in BPM life cycle, and what exactly BRE and what is the difference between BPM and BRE. uh, about Pega systems and what is who is a market leader and from Gartner report I will show that what is rule. So everything it is a rule based application in Pega. So what exactly rule, and there are 6 R's in Pega. I will explain what are 6 R's and Pega BPM capabilities, what is PRPC and what is process management, what how rule resolution works, and what are the portals, and we'll explain about, and what is low code development, what it will provide for using low code development, what we can do that, and what kind of integration supports, and business activity monitoring industry, what are the solution frameworks available in Pega, and system management and monitoring services. Explain that, and some other Pega features, and then there are Pega differentiator. Before that, there is artificial intelligence. I will explain what Pega supports on that. So in between, anyone have questions, you can raise a hand. I can answer whatever I can do. Okay. So what exactly IT market needs? So you want to build an application, and once it is application is in production, when any announcements, anything comes from starting application, and any features that need to do as part of sprint, we need to do it very fast and push it to as soon as possible in production. It is one area, and ease of use, how quickly we can build, and other than that, how end users are who are developers easy to use the application and the tool, and it should support all types of integrations. Agility, you want to, once you are done coding, you should support DevOps, and it should be able to push the code as soon as possible, and greater collaboration between IT and business, as changes more frequently happen, that should able to handle BPM, and instead of doing in lower environments directly, you can do it in production where it has minimal impact, and that can be rule we can delegate to the users directly. They can update it, and it will be immediately implemented in production. Only the delegated rules which are useful to the which can be done by business users. What is BPM? BPM is a discipline that involves data modeling and automate the process and execute in the process, and you are able to, should be able to create user controls and measure the performance, or how much task is each task, how much time it is taking, we can measure, and optimize the business by activity flows to support enterprise goals. So by using VPN, it can help optimize, automate the business process. We can improve the efficiency. By that, we can reduce the cost. So for example, you have the set of, we can take claim processing. So you will get feed every day. And currently, it is an Excel sheet maintaining, and We need to assign the work to users manually, and they will log in multiple portals and update the task, and they need to update the downstreams. It takes a lot of effort. If you automate that, you can quickly increase the efficiency, and by that you can reduce the cost. You can reduce the people, so that automatically they can, instead of currently they are doing every day 10 cases, they can do 100 cases. Like that, we can improve the efficiency. By incorporating advanced analytics and activity monitoring and decision management capabilities, by using business process management, able to coordinate people or systems to achieve business outcomes. So all these will support BPM. And whenever you are working on BPM system, we need to start with stages and which are involved in workflow. And each stage we need to find out tasks, what kind of tasks that involves each workflow. And each task should be identified along with the task owners who can complete that task. The steps should be clearly defined so the team can identify what are the areas process optimization and subsequent metrics to track its improvement. I will show in detail in next slide, coming slides. Okay, then we'll go to no questions. I will go to next slide. So BPM is a kind of supports its interaction between human to human or human to systems. Like so, when you are working on any particular case, it might interact to other systems, which can be connected through different connectors like DB or the SOAP or REST. Different connectors you can do, and can get response and show to the user. Mostly spends time on research, tracking status, transition to other people. So BPM can help measuring the actual time taking. So each task, how much time it is taking, we can log it. Business agility, respond to changing market drivers faster than competitors. So as soon as you are able to complete application quickly and able to go to production, you can gain the competitive edge. Visibility about business process. BPM allows organization to track and organization that tasks are helping continuous process improvement. We can see that visibility, how the process is, each task, how much time it is taking. We can track it and see the where it can be improved. In case it is taking more time particular task, we can improve that. Can identify and see the what kind of opportunities in the particular process. So encourage process-centric culture. Process can be effectively and efficiently managed. You can improve the decision making, and you can share across the you can share the knowledge across enterprise level. Okay, let me check any questions. Okay. So these are the phases in BPM life cycle. First phase is analysis. During analysis, we need to discover and identify what are the process and workflows that can be created or optimized to meet the business requirements and improve the performance. This is the main. First we need to identify the requirement, and as part of this we need to find the process and workflows. Then we need to design that. During design we need to create process designs that includes what are the, is it only human to human or system to system or human to system, we need to identify. And we need to design that should aim to reduce the errors and maintain relevant operating procedures or SLAs. We can define that what kind of SLA for each task, how much time it should take. SLA is a service level agreement. And data modeling, you need to use software tools effectively and model and evaluate process designs. Once the design is ready, then you can use varying input values and see the behavior. And if anything is undesirable, we need to change iteratively, change the design iterative basis. The next phase is execution. We need to automate the process by using business rules, decision rules, case management, and other related technologies. So everything we need to build using the rules in BPM. Then next phase is monitoring, leverage reporting data collected from phases for performance and see any opportunities there in case if we see any errors or any complaints. So when we are developing, we need to see that is there guardrail complaints or any best practices or any guidelines not following, it will show the report. Last phase is optimization, leverage data from the modeling and monitoring phases, whatever you get that. Then we need to uh, verify are there any improvements from the based on modeling and monitoring phases. So BPM and BRE both are same kind of thing, but in BRE there won't be any no user interface. Suppose, for example, we need to process claims in healthcare. Every day you get feed through a file, and we need to process all the claims. What it does, right? We need to create all business rules, and it will take one by one record, and it will connect whatever suppose member verification. So it will connect through REST API, whatever services provided, and then check the provider and see whether member is eligible or not. So all verifying all business logic, finally it will approve or reject. So in this, during this, there is no interaction by user and no user interface. Everything will be done in the backend. That way, it will quickly process and it will update the downstreams. That is the main difference for BRE. Okay. About Pega Systems, it is founded in 1983 in till 2002. Start supported small applications. Then 2003 introduced as a Pega Rules Process Commander, and it supports BPM and BRE, and it's a recognized leader. It also provides solutions for banking, insurance, healthcare, and other industry sectors. So it's whatever BPM and BRE defined previous features all will support. Other than that, Pega has internal capabilities using wizards and accelerators. You can create any services, or we can connect by giving the endpoint URL. You can create connector rules behind the rules. It will create automatically. You just need to plug in that. And Pega is built on JTE technologies. It supports servers, WebSphere, WebLogic, JBoss, Tomcat. And the databases, MS SQL, Oracle, DB2, PostgreSQL, it supports. Any questions? If anyone have questions, please raise your hand and you can speak. Okay. So this is the Gartner report 2021. This is the 2021 report. You can see where exactly the Pega systems in leaderboard. As we discussed, Pega supports BPM and BRE. So we are talking about rule. What exactly the rule? In traditional usage, there are two types: practice rules and process rules. Practice rules are business guidelines or policies, where process rules are procedural steps that must be followed to complete piece of work. So in traditional application, focus on either business process or business practice rules. When it comes to Pega usage, a rule is a piece of business logic that encompasses practice, process, and the system functions. Rules define how application and the organization run the business. So Pega supports both types of rules. If you see that in this diagram, Pega platform layer is the main one. Whatever rules, engine rules, everything will be it will be there in this one. Most of the rules will be final, so that means we can't update. So which are available, we can update. On top of Pega layer, then our enterprise layer will come. So enterprise layer, it will come core integrations, organization structure, like what is organization name, and division and unit. Those rules can be stored in the top level, and reusable workflows and authentication related, any SSO related you have to keep it in enterprise reuse layer. Then your actual application comes here, and yeah, again it is a kind of reusable components. You can do that. If you have anything you want to make US version 1, US version 2, or in different countries you want to build separately, once you are done completed everything in the core application, then you can customize specific to business unit level or region level. We'll call it a situational layer key. There are Pega 6 R's are there. So these 6 R's are receive, route, report, research, respond, and resolve. Receive is, as we discussed, claims processing will receive a file every day, right? Same way, you can different ways of input. You can get that either files or through uh, any APIs and or any Kafka topics. So it could be the file or different way of media format it will support, and then route. So based on the skills and other criteria, it will route to specific people to work on the cases. Report is a kind of providing real-time visibility of work is in progress or work is completed, or any productivity bottlenecks and quality. Research is it will connect multiple systems in case whatever connectors DB it will connect, and it will give the analysis and take the final decision. And respond. Respond is a kind of whenever case we are processing, we are owner of that or who are part involved in that case. It whenever case status is changing, it will inform the users and resolve. Once at the last, it will resolve the case or work items, and it will update the downstreams. As we discussed, Pega is a rules-based system. All rules are stored in the database. Pega makes use of XML for creation of rules. At runtime, each rule is converted to Java and cache. So each and every rule, all rules will be stored in XML. Let me show that how the rule looks like. This is the one rule, activity called as activity. You can click here and see view XML. So this is the XML format of this rule. So this rule will be stored in DB. Whenever we are opening, it will open this format. At runtime, it will convert all XML to Java. You can see the Java. So this is the way of it will generate at the runtime, and it will store all class files and it store in cache, and it will execute. It will not generate every time. Whenever there are changes, then only it will generate Java and it will compile. Okay. Okay. Uh, this is about 6 hours. Pega BPM capabilities. These are the capabilities. So business process management is a methodology to manage process and workflows in an organization. And business rules are different rules like decision rules, activities, different kinds of rules we can create based on the requirement. It will support user experience is very good. We can drag and drop all the controls. Usually can build the UI, and other than whatever application that we are going to build. Uh, so Pega providing some industry solutions. Instead of you are building application from scratch, it will give the like healthcare, it will give one framework for financial domain, one framework like that. CRM, customer relationship management, one frameworks. That kind of frameworks are there, so that by using these frameworks you can quickly build that. Instead of developing your application from scratch, you can use this solution framework, and you can reduce your effort, and it can quickly build an application end to end. Case management is kind of automating workflows from end to end. CRM, customer relationship management, and this is a kind of thing. And whatever rest we have the connectors, we can, it will support. And also Pega has cloud, also Pega offering cloud. Okay, any questions? Okay, go to next slide. Pega Rules Process Commander is a framework for creating and deploying business process management or CRM or decision management or case management systems. So you can use Pega, easy to develop and deploy. For deploying also we have PDM. Once you map all the environments, it will easily push the code. And we have built-in versioning process rules. So whenever you want to create any rule, we need to point into one rule set and again specific to version. Let me show that how it looks like. So this is the one of the rule set, go code, and here you can see the rules. Once you are done with the developing functionality for particular feature, you need to log the rule set, then create another version. There you need to save it. If you see any rule, it will be associated with the what is the class name, and what is the rule of name, and what is the rule set name, what is the version. That way you can identify the rule. And users visually can see the design and test process and business rules in one integrated step. And tool for trace. So you, once you are done functionality, you can trace it, how the steps are executing, and you can debug if you see any issues. And also you can verify the performance, how much time it is taking each step to connecting DB or any calling APIs, and it will show the how much time it is taking. And if you see that yeah, any opportunities we can suppose in DB, it is taking more time. We can there might be opportunity to create indexes. So and also we can reduce the training costs and as we already discussed, we Pega supports wizards and accelerators. You want to create any services or you want to consume any service. You can see that how the case looks like. So these are the stages we call, and each stage, what are the steps involved? Okay, so again, this is one flow, this is another workflow, and this is another workflow. So this is a create request. If I open that flow, it looks like this one. These are the series of steps. And yeah, if you, it's a kind of all these shapes are drag and drop. Okay, and you can configure each shape. Suppose you want to send notification. This is the one of type of notification. There you will give the all details like subject or to whom, what are the recipients. And this is another workflow. This is a decision shape kind of thing. So these are the workflows and easy to drag and drop and easy to configure. So as we discussed, all rules are stored in database, and from here it will we can use rules for process monitoring, process execution, and process integration. And also we can integrate other applications. On top of that, we can build our organization needs whatever application we need to build. This is the one of the rule, decision table we call it. It's a kind of simple logic you can see anyone can understand easily. If credit score greater than 500 and account type standard and gold and the loan term in months, 12 months, then interest is 3%. So this kind of uh, this kind of rule we can delegate to the business users. So in production, whenever they want to update these percentages, then they can quickly update it and immediately it is reflect in the production. These kind of things no need to do in lower environments directly. We can delegate this rule to the business users. So as we are saying, everything is rule-based application. So for each rule, it will have rule type. It's a kind of connector rule or activity rule or some decision rule. And we need to give the name and each rule associated with the rule set and version. And class inheritance also supports how Java supports. And circumstance, you can give based on the region. You can save as the same rule based on the region. If you want to apply different logic, business logic, it will support. And you want to execute only specific time, that rule you can give effective date and time. And security kind of we can create role based security. Only certain functional should run by or executed by only certain users or like users can't see some information but managers can see that. So those kind of restrictions we can do by using the rule. There are two types of portals, case worker and case manager. Case worker is a standard user interface and they can view the cases and they can work on the cases, whereas manager, they can monitor the cases and they can run some reports and they can select each individual team members or team queue is a common work pool of that. Instead of giving to specific user, you want to keep all the cases one work basket kind of thing, that is queue. And you can easily build you want to give some more portals, we can use out of the box and generate it by using templates. This is the portal, manager portal looks like. It will show what are the cases and categories, and each stage how many cases are holding currently. And based on the stages, you can see the cases and team members select. And once you select team members, it will show what are the cases currently residing. And in case users doesn't have any work, they can click on get next work. Then automatically it will come to their work list. There are two types of assignment. One is either you can give the work to the users, or they can pull the work. Based on the skill, we can route the data, cases to the any team members, or they can pull the case by using get next work. Based on their skills, it will pull the cases. How low code solutions benefit both business and IT. So to reduce the IT, Pega or BPM wants to give directly opposite to the business users, so that we can reduce the iterations. They can directly do it, and without having coding knowledge, they can do simple wherever the functional that can be done. They can do it, and they can reduce the iterations and push it to the which environment, whatever environment we are targeting. Developers, professional developers, they need coding knowledge, but by using low code, wherever quickly can be done using wizards or accelerators, we can quickly develop the functionality and push the code. This is the case and content management, the workflow, how it looks like. So this is apply for job. These are the tasks, and who are the involved here? Candidate is the persona, and channel is HR portal. So second stage is screening and interview design. So every stage you need to define what are the tasks and what are the persona who are involved in this to process that case, and what are the channels. And here, what are the data or systems involved in this stage, like Pega, or do you have any other connectors? As part of content management, you can attach any scanned documents, email, URLs, files, you can attach, and that also everything will be stored in a database. Pega supports different types of integrations like Cassandra, CMS, HBase, JMS, MQ, REST, Ropos, SAP, SOAP, and SQL. These all integrations will support. As we discussed, Pega is built on Java and JTE. So, any questions? Okay. So we have some capabilities of reports out of the box. So we can see that how the processing is happening, where each case how much time it is taking, and which task it is how much time taking. We have out of the box reports, and also we can do bits extract. That means we can uh, store the data whatever last 24 hours changes happen. You can take the delta and push it to separate database, either through bix files, or directly it will update that. From there, using Tableau or other technology, you can generate the reports. What Pega PRPC offers for business needs. For operating, you can personalize the work list and shared work baskets. Urgency, you can set that. Suppose based on gold or some silver account type, you want to give more urgency. So those cases will be processed first. And we can route the cases based decision or skill based, we can do that. And also we have escalation mechanism, so we can set the how much time in it we are expecting that work should be done or particular task. In case if the person is not processing, it will automatically trigger and it will be escalated. And we can store each and every task whenever processing. We can track that audit in the log. And history also, it stores all object work object history. Suppose case is created what time, when it goes to next step, it will store each and every step, and we can see in the history. And also you can transfer the work. Suppose you have some 10 cases in your work list, you can transfer the work to others. And bulk operations also, we can do that. Suppose you want to update at a time 10 cases, 20 cases, you can select all cases, you can do action on the whatever action you need. And you can update the users in case the user is not available, you can update the availability. And skills, you can also update skills. So that it will be useful when the case is assigned to the users. We can measure the performance, and also we have KPIs it will support. What Pega PRPs offers for IT needs: ease of use. So for developers, testers, it is easy to use. It supports all types of integrations, and agility it supports, and later collaboration between IT and business, like DCOs. Whenever you have requirement, you can create direct capture object, and it will once you fill all the requirement, you can get some kind of estimation. So as we discussed, Pega supports some solutions frameworks. So one is this is Pega platform, and on top of that, the Pega customer service on framework, Pega foundation for healthcare, and that framework. So different frameworks are supporting. Based on LOB, you can purchase the framework. Then you can use that framework and quickly build the application. Other features are Word document generation. You can do that, or PDF generation. You can do that, or you can read the PDF and you can create the cases. And it will support correspondences, and localization also it supports. And as we discussed, there are tools to debug and trace it. Uh, and guardrails, if users are not following any best practices, it shows guardrails. Using PAL, you can see the performance. And Pega also supports generative AI and process AI. Generative AI is it is useful for developers, whereas process AI is to when the cases are processing based on the historical data, it will suggest what kind of action they can take it. So these are the Pega differentiators. Other than these main other features are like automatic event services. If we in the backend it checks the performance, it will show some improvements. And explore data is kind of, you can develop any reports directly business users can develop in production. Yeah, I covered everything.
Yeah, thank you, Srinivas. Any questions, everyone? Okay. Thank you all for joining. Bye.